Hello, welcome to the Rich and Simple Living. My name's Maria, and if you're new here, we vlog video about homeschooling, urban homesteading and home life. Today, in fact I'll give you a quick run through of what we're going to be doing this week. So today is a homeschooling video. I'm going to be doing like a day in the life, but based on the homeschooling side of it. That was a request from somebody, so I thought, well, we'll do a Monday morning. Monday's always the worst day for me anyway, but so I don't know why I chose a Monday, but I thought we'll do a Monday morning and we'll do that today. Now tomorrow or Wednesday, so that's Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to be doing the garden collab. So it'll be urban homesteading. I take part in the gardening collab. It runs from March till October and it's done once a month, so it's like more or less the end of every month we do it, and others take part as well. So if you're interested in the homesteading side of things and you like gardening and that kind of thing, join me Tuesday or Wednesday and I'll take you outside. You can see how it's all shaping up at the moment. We'll have a quick look at hoppities while we're out there, and you can see what's happening, and then I'll drop a link down below for everybody else who takes part if you're interested in watching theirs. So that'll be tomorrow or Wednesday. Then Thursday, it's more of the home life side of things. We'll be back with the air fryer on Thursday and we'll do a recipe in the air fryer. I'm starting to enjoy that air fryer. I'm getting the hang of it slowly and I'm getting more confident with it, and I get lots of wonderful tips and ideas and things like that, so that's great. So I'm enjoying that. So Thursday we'll come back with an air fryer recipe. I've got a few ideas. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do, so you'll find out on Thursday. And like I say, tomorrow or Wednesday will be the when I take part in the garden collab. So if you're interested in gardening or urban homesteading, what you can grow in small areas, join me outside tomorrow or Wednesday. And right now, today, we're going to be doing a homeschooling video, like I said, a day in the life. So it is early Monday morning. I can hear my daughter Sian getting up. It's the weekend after we've just changed the clocks forward, so we're still trying to get used to it. We're quite tired, and you know, you think an hour wouldn't make a difference, but it doesn't half disorientate you. You know, it throws you right out. So we're getting used to that. And on Saturday, my daughter went out with my son and daughter-in-law, and she went off to Cosford to the Air Force Museum, which is quite nice because she likes anything to do with army and war history, you know. So she went there and she really enjoyed that. So she was out Saturday. Yesterday then, with the clocks changing, today we're like, oh. So you'll have to excuse us a bit if I look like I'm falling asleep on you. So yeah, I could just hear Sian getting up. So what happens first thing, I'll just tell you what happens when she gets up. There's no set time for her getting up. She'll get up when she's ready to get up. That doesn't mean say she lies in bed till dinner or anything like that. She gets up normally around the 9 o'clock mark, 8:30 to 9:30, but around the 9 o'clock mark. She'll get up, she'll have a hot chocolate. She goes out to her rabbits and she cleans her rabbits, does them like a spot clean every day and gives them a major clean at the weekend. So every morning she'll go out and give them a spot clean, give them fresh hay, give them fresh water and fresh food. And then she'll come back in and she'll have some breakfast. And then she goes and has a wash, does her teeth and everything. While she's doing that, then I set the table up for whichever day it is. We get the box out and do whatever day it is. So right now I can hear her getting up. Like I said, Monday's my worst day because we have the washing, so my washer's just finished. I tried to film and realised the washer was spinning and you couldn't hear me. I had to cancel that bit and wait for the washer to finish. So that's done. I'm going to put that into the dryer because it's been a chilly night and it's damp and wet out, so it won't dry on the line. So I'm going to do that, do a breakfast. She's going to do her bits, and then I'll get the table set up ready, and then I'll show you what she's going to be doing for today, and we'll work through her day. So we'll catch you in a minute. So Sian's starting the school day. she's done all the chores that she wanted to do and had a breakfast. So I'm going to run through what she's doing today. This is a Monday's timetable, so we'll have a run through what she's doing. First of all, on a Monday, we do some studying of archaeology of the Bible. Sian likes history and archaeology and all that kind of thing. So we've been going through this book months now. We do a little portion at a time. You can see we're not far off the end. And it's just like the archaeology right from the Old Testament to the New Testament. It's a nice book. It's got timelines somewhere at the bottom. Let's see. It's saying it's got timelines and I can't find them. Oh, there we are, look. Pages with timelines. Lovely pictures. Shows you some great pictures of archaeological finds and places. It's got maps in there which tells you sort of what you're talking about. If you talk about a certain period in time, then it shows you the maps relating to that period in time, where places were and what they were called then. It also tells you like places what they're called now. So it's good. It's like a geography and a history and I suppose RE at the same time. So that's quite a good book. It's National Geographic. Then she does reading. So after we've discussed the archaeological Bible, archaeology of the Bible, we do reading. She's been doing Little Town on the Prairie. She's going through the whole series of those books, and again it's like history because we talk about the time period of pioneering in the West in America, and we talk about those times, how it was to live then, and we sort of live it through Laura's eyes. Laura Ingalls Wilder, who wrote the book. Really good. We've not far finished them. We've got a couple more books of those to do. So first of all, we always start with the reading. Then we do some maths. Now Sian does struggle with maths. Anybody that has been following us for a while will know that. We've spoken about it before. So we don't do maths for our age group, but we do maths that we think is relevant. So today she's been doing money, fractions and telling the time, because money is something very important that she does need to know about, and obviously being able to tell the time and such like. So she's just finished this book today. She's done the last page on this one today, so we'll be starting a new book then. Well, I'll say next week. Actually, next fortnight is Easter holidays and Sian has her Easter break, so it'll be after then. What you do now, Sian, is it German? So she's just started doing a German, as you can see, and she uses a site on YouTube. I think it's called, is it Learn German? And it's on YouTube. And it's quite good because it has lessons and she sort of writes down what it asks her and answers and that. And it does all the talking as well, how to pronounce things. And it actually gives a whole lesson, each one does. There's quite a lot of lessons on there, loads and loads and loads on that site, Learn German. So she does that. Then she'll go on to do nature studies. Now we do go out and about and do nature studies, but she's also been doing them when we don't go out and about. On a Monday, she does a brief one. So I'll just show you first page. So she might say study something nature, say like robins, picture, and she writes about them. So it's just brief, but it just covers, she picks a topic of what she wants to do in nature. Now also in the nature studies, like I said, we go out and about, we go for a walk, we do nature studies that way. So what I like to do, stand in the middle of the field or wherever we are, shut your eyes and then say what you can hear. What does it feel like? So you feel like the weather, is it windy, is it warm, is it damp? What you can hear going on. It's like using all your senses. And then open your eyes and what do you see, sort of thing, and trees and what's around you and the colours and everything like that. So and you can say what the weather's like. So all sorts of things, you just describe it, you open all your senses up to it. So that's quite a nice way of, you know, doing nature studies. And exploring what's about around and about you as well, that kind of thing. So we do that as well. And like I say, she'll just do the notebook one exercise book one as well on a Monday. She'll pick something. Like this week now we've got Easter coming up, so maybe she'll do rabbits or chickens, and we sort of go themed with things. We try and keep it to British type of things, but sometimes she likes to do other things as well. So if it's something like a favourite thing she likes to do. So yeah, also then after she has done her nature studies, she goes on to do short stories. So that's her book. Now we spoke about story writing last week, about ideas and how we go about it. So sometimes she might do a poem, and then other times she might do a story. And so she'll be doing that as well afterwards today. We'll put them in a tray. Each day we've got a tray with the work in, which is quite good. So I just label it and we pick off the tray for the day, which is quite good. But yeah, she'll think of a story today, and like I say, last week we went through some of these things, how she comes up with the ideas and how we do it. And this morning she said, what shall I do story writing today? Well, I was saying, you went out on Saturday to Cosford, why don't you think of a story or write a poem or something like that, or do something like a journal thing, you know, like you're writing a journal about it. Although Sian does keep a journal, she does do journals every day. She does journals of everything that she's done, and also what's happening in the world around, what she's seen on the news, and quite detailed journals. So yeah, it can be anything like that. But we did do a video on that last Monday, if you are looking for ideas what to do about short stories. So that's basically what she does. Now that's all her set work for the day. When she's finished doing all the set work, as you can see, she's doing the German at the moment, so she's got her stories and she's got nature studies to do next. But when she does that, it's lunchtime, she'll have a lunch, and then she does self-led work. So when she's finished, I'll give you an example of some of her self-led work, what she's been doing over the past couple of weeks, and likely what she might be doing this afternoon. Right, for you it's instantaneous. For me it's been a while, because Sian's finished structured work now, and I'm going to show you the sort of thing Sian does for self-led. We broke off for lunch now anyway, and Sian will continue this afternoon just doing what she wants to do. And it could be anything. I don't say any ideas to her, anything like that. She decides herself what she wants to do. And I quite like the idea of the self-led bit, because you can see the sort of thing that they're interested in, and you can even make lessons from it if they're really interested in something. I just like seeing what she likes doing, if you know what I mean. Because at first, because she went to school, when we first came out in year 7, we started doing it ourselves. I felt like we got to do structured work just like school right the way through the day, and that just didn't work out, because homeschooling just isn't the same as schooling. So I decided then, you can have a go at just self-led work in the afternoon, and we'll see what happens. It was just sort of a temporary thing to start with, but it's worked out really well. It's really good, and she gets loads done because she's doing it out of interest and pleasure, like a hobby, and she gets loads of things done, and it's great to see the sort of stuff she's interested in and the amount of things she learns. So I'm just going to show you a few things, what she's been doing at the moment and over the last few weeks. At the moment, she's quite interested in Chernobyl, however you say it, the nuclear disaster. She's took an interest in that. So we got her at Christmas time. She had like a documentary series, DVD. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that because the light's a bit. Oh well. Yeah, on Chernobyl, and she's watched them. And she took a real interest in that. That's when she took a real interest. She really liked it, because I thought, oh, will she like it or not? Because she just wanted to know about it at first, and she'd Googled a bit about it. But I thought, oh, will she get into it? Will it be too meaty for her, But she loves it. We'd also at Christmas got her the book. So when I bought the DVD, I thought we'll get a book to go with it as well. And it's quite a thick book. And as you can see, she's gone past the halfway mark. She's been reading it a while. She's right by me, but she don't want to come on the camera. How long have you been reading the book, Sian, this one?
Almost a month.
Nearly a month. Oh, well, that is quite a while, because some books she does in a week or two. But as you can see, it's a great big meaty book, and she's really enjoying it. So, Midnight in Chernobyl, and it's the untold story of the world's greatest nuclear disaster. Now, from that, she's took so much of an interest in the people that were involved in it that she wanted to go on and know more about the people. So what she did then, she passes me her notebook, thank you. She's got a big A4 notebook, and she's wrote down all the people, the names of all the people, and they're the ones that then she's going to go on and find out what became of them. So first person she took off the list, he was a Victor Barakanov. Just as an example, she took the first one, and then she starts with the first one, and she's been writing all about him. What happened to him after Chernobyl? Did they survive? Did the nuclear poison and that kill them off? What happened to them beyond that? How they survived? Did they have disabilities and things like that? She wanted to know everything about all the people that were in there and what happened to them after that. Because quite often you read books and you read about characters and you think, oh, what became of them? And so she wanted to know. So I think you've only written him so far, and she's only just started doing this. She just decided to do it. So yeah, that's a book, and she's going to write about each of the people that were involved and find out all about them. So that's a Chernobyl studies, and she's doing that at the moment. Another thing she likes to do when she just wants to sit and sort of doodle type of thing, she'll draw. Now, we were doing art as one of the structured lessons, but it was a bit hit and miss. Some weeks we'd do it regularly, and other weeks it wouldn't get done at all. But yet she was doing art and drawing in her own time. So I thought, well, it might as well be part of her self-led work rather than try and force it into a structured thing, so structured lesson. So that's just an example. She has these sketch pads, and yeah, as you can see, she sits and doodles and draws characters. I think with these characters from Night of the Museum, she enjoys watching that in films, Night of the Museum, so they were a couple of characters from there. She's probably done a few more in here. So it's quite good. I tell you, she's quite good at drawing. Cartoon characters and anime, she really is good at that. That's the sort of artwork she likes, is the anime type of artwork. Not just the sketching, but she's had to go colouring them in. She's done anime characters before now that she's coloured in, but we're doing recent ones at the moment. So that's one that she's been colouring in. They're really good. But at Christmas time, what we did get her, we always get her these sort of sketchbooks and things like that. Let's bring you down a bit, you seem a bit high. We always get her sketchbooks, and other people do as well, and Sharpie pens. She likes to use Sharpie pens a lot in her artwork. And I got her like a comic book, so it's blank, but it's in the sections like how you do a comic, because I thought she likes anime. Maybe she could create her own characters and her own adventures with them and do them in the comic book. But you haven't started that yet, have you, Sian? She went, they can't hear you shake your head. She's there, honest. Just, there you are, lot. She doesn't want to sort of talk on here, but just so you know, I'm not actually talking to myself. She is there. But yeah, she hasn't started that yet, but I thought that'd be quite good, and that'd be really interesting, because with her anime artwork, she could create some brilliant stories there, some fantastic ideas. Actually, you could do the adventures of you and your niece in anime form. Oh dear. And they have some adventures. A couple of other documentaries I'm just going to show you. She's been watching Britain at War. Now, Sian's very interested in the war periods, mainly World War I and World War II, but she does like all wars. but she's done a lot of studying on World War One and World War Two. So she's been watching this documentary. Was that a Christmas present? You don't know? I don't recognise it, so maybe one of the others bought it, yeah. So yeah, she's been watching that. Another one was Soviet Storm, World War Two in the East. Now, she did tell me what all this was about. It was quite complicated and I can't remember, and she's not long told me. But do you want to say it again?
It's about Operation...
Hang on a minute, see if I can take my mic off and you can hear her. Well, right.
It's about Operation Barbarossa, and it explains all about the different battles, like the German invasion of Russia, so it explains about like Stalingrad, Leningrad, and how defending Moscow and stuff, but it also explains about the winter war they had with Finland in 1939.
So it covers quite a lot of things then, doesn't it? Click me back on. So yeah, that's what she's been watching. That's quite a long one. That's quite a few discs in there, and that's quite a meaty documentary videos. So she's been watching them. She's been enjoying them. So they're the sort of things she does. Likes to watch documentaries. I mean, there's others she's watched as well, but we've just brought down the ones that she's done recently to show you that all things that she's working on at the moment. So it's like her artwork and that. She likes to, we do walks and that. She likes to go out. She walks the dog every day. That's like a form of physical exercise. And during lunch now, she perhaps goes round, takes the dog out for a bit. So that's something else that she does, physical exercise. Oh, that's good. She's just showing me, just showing me inside the Britain at War One, so how it tells you everything about it. So, I mean, if you're interested in things like this, or you've got your children are interested in this sort of thing, it's great to have a look for documentary DVDs and things like that, and they can just sit down and watch them themselves. And I mean, a good thing about them, you can pick out the bits that you're even interested in if you're not interested in all of it. But Sian, she is mad on World War II ones and wars and things like that. Part of her topic at the moment, she's doing, is it World War II leaders? The leaders of all the different countries that were involved in World War II. She's sort of doing a study of them at the moment. That's for a topic which we do in structured work. And that's something we do tomorrow on a Tuesday. So, yeah, she likes that sort of thing. But that's the sort of thing she's doing at the moment. And she does all kinds of things as well. You know, lots of things you don't even consider sort of educational. You don't think about it. And your own children will as well. They'll be doing all kinds of things that you won't even consider education. You'll just think, oh, they're just playing, or, you know, they're just doing something for interest. You don't consider it as education, but it is. It's all educational. So that's what Sian does in the afternoon. This is a day of Sian's, basically. So you've seen what she does on a Monday morning. Each day she does different structured work. She always does maths, reading and English, but each day it's a different kind. We'll try and make it all varied for her. And then she'll do one of the main things, like today is German, tomorrow will be geography. She does genealogy and she does history. We did do science, but we're not doing science so much as in the Key Stage 3 form now, because she didn't take to that. So now we're following it more as in the nature studies. And she's going to be doing some studying about animals, things, especially rabbits, if she wants to get more involved with hoppities as well. So yeah. That's a day really. That's how each day goes. We have no set time limit for it each day. She gets up when she gets up. Like I say, today we're all a bit lethargic because of the clocks having changed, and Sian had gone out on Saturday, so we're sort of catching up a bit with ourselves now. So it could be any time, but normally you're talking about, I don't know, she'll get up about 9ish and we might start work about 10ish. Sometimes it's been as late as 10:30, and she just does what she wants to do structured until she's finished, has dinner, and then just goes and picks whatever she wants to do. So if you've got any ideas what you're going to do after dinner today, Sian, you've not decided yet? You just go in your room and decide, pick something you fancy doing. Yeah. Sometimes she'll write stories. sometimes she just goes away and writes stories. Before now she's wrote stories and a sister put it into a format of a book for her. So she's done that before now, and it's whatever she wants to do. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and let me know how your day goes. I'd be interested in how you do your homeschooling days. Drop some comments down below, and I look forward to reading them, and I do like a good chat. So like I say, tomorrow now, hopefully Tuesday, will be the garden collab. So you'll get to see out on the little urban homestead, and also how Hoppities is progressing. And then Thursday, you can join me for cooking in the air fryer, and we'll see what we can cook up this week. So until tomorrow, take care. Bye.